What can I say? The dojo is like the engine of our lives. I cannot separate. We are continuously doing things about the dojo. Everyone wants to do dojo for different reasons, and we try to encourage them to challenge themselves, face things, to grow. But the most important thing is to be a family, to take care of each other.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Tokushikai Inside Look podcast. Today we're speaking with David Merinero from Madrid, Spain. David has been training for over 16 years, having been a member of the Spanish national team from its creation in 2010 and runs the SanGakuKai Iaido Club in Madrid. David holds the rank of Godan Iaido and belongs to the European Shinkage family led by Matsuoka Yoshitaka sensei and Kinomoto Miyuki sensei, both Hachidan Kyoshi Iaido. In this stimulating conversation, we talk about the development of Iaido in Spain, David's growth as a martial artist, and the value of the community above all else. I found David to be a beautiful person, heart and soul, and I hope this episode is able to spread even some of that energy to the rest of the world. So, without further ado, here's David Merinero.
Thank you very much for inviting me, because I'm not one important in the Iaido community. I'm a small dot in the beach, so it's like, well, my name is David Merinero. I'm from Madrid, Spain, and I practice Iaido currently and the Shinkage family group in Europe. But how to reach here, it's a really long story, but I try to make it short. Most of the people who go into Iaido start in other martial arts. When I was a teenager, I like karate films like wherever, and we had a TV program called Black Belt where every Saturday there was a nice karate film there. And I went to my neighborhood, I tried to find a karate dojo there. And I started like that. I went to a small karate dojo, and it's curious because it was mainly focused judo, but I want to start doing karate, and that's my life. And during the years, I did a really nice relationships there. I had many colleagues who support me in my life because I started doing karate really young. 14 years old is not too young, but that was in 1990, and my father passed away in 1996. So it was a help for me. It's like a support for me from the karate group. I have people there, like my teacher was like a big brother who helped me a lot, and other people who trained me like another father to me. So it was really nice. During the years, I practiced karate. Mainly, I trained other sports also. In that time, I liked so much doing sports. What karate brings to me was the coordination, discipline, dedication. It was physical, really demanding activity, and I like it really, really much. We started to join because my teacher teach in 2 different dojos. I meet other people from other dojo and start to go into the championships. It was really challenging. I always been a crazy guy going to the challenges directly, not thinking too much. And it was really a really nice time. We create a big karate group to compete all together from different dojos. But in some point, because of the nature of the human being, it broke. I didn't have anything to do with that, but it was really frustrating for me. At some point, after 14 years doing karate, more or less, I decided to break with karate and separate and try to find other different things for me. I had in my mind to do kendo because during my there was a nice TV show called Transworld Sport, and I saw many documentaries about kendo, and it was really nice, and I was amazed for that, and I tried to find it in Madrid. So there it began my adventure there. So I tried to look for kendo dojos in Madrid, and there wasn't too much where you can choose. So in that moment, So I went to one, I started practicing Kendo, and in Mondays we have half an hour of Kendo no Kata. Kendo is a really nice community because people travel abroad to find the Kendo dojos to come practice and still practicing the martial art. And this dojo have many visits. In some point, there was an Italian guy who came to work in Spain called Vittorio. And because of him, I introduced myself in Iaido because he practiced Iaido before in Italy during many years with a Japanese sensei. And he was really low degree. And he started handling a small group in order to practice himself. But it was really nice because it helped us to introduce this new world and many people. So we tried to keep on going further, and he searched for Iaido group in Madrid, and there wasn't much in that time, and mainly one group, and we were there trying to develop. He told to me, what do you think if we move to this dojo to practice there? And okay, let's do that. And that is how my adventure started. I didn't know anything about Iaido. It was totally new for me. And in that time, with the help of Vittorio and also with Tenken-ren videos, the Ogura Sensei video, trying to learn the postures and the movements, and that's the way I start.
I have quite a lot of questions in between. That's a great way to begin. So if I want to pull back a little bit to your first introduction to the martial arts, you said that you went looking for karate and you found a judo dojo, but you didn't want to do judo. You wanted to do karate. Could you explain at that time, what was your thinking around it? Why did you not want to do judo? Why did you want to do karate?
Probably, and it's curious because the dojo is really famous and he was a really big master of judo and with really good name. But in some point, I want to do karate because of the films, the Black Belt TV show and whatever it was. Okay, Bruce Lee's movies, and some point I want to do karate. It was my idea, and it was the closest dojo in the neighborhood. It was 200 or 300 meters walking from my house. So that's the point. And I meet really nice people because I spent a lot of time there. I did judo also, no, but not seriously. All the summers, we share activities. Judo people come to the karate group and the karate group go to the judo group and did things together. We keep a good relationship also. When the sensei passed away, the dojo closed and everyone spread out, and it was really a pity. But we still keep a WhatsApp group and we meet several times or at least once per year, and that's not exactly why I was focused on do karate. But that's what's my idea.
Okay. It sounded like it was a really great community, especially after your father passed away. You mentioned that they were kind of like your big brothers and like a replacement. Yeah. Do you remember any particular things that they did that really helped you through that time?
Yeah, there was a person there who is named Fernando Giraldo, who helped me a lot. He wasn't the teacher, he was the big senpai, but he was like a father to me. We did together yoga inside, and he was a really spiritual person, taught me to breathe. We did meditation together. We had a small group there. Not only karate, judo people. It was not judo dojo. It was the Frutos is called the name of the owner and the sensei. The Frutos dojo. It was like a small family there. He really helped me a lot in that loss. I don't focus my guidance and also the activity itself helps to don't think, work and do it katas, small, correct, whatever. And also Jose, my teacher, was like a really challenging guy, but it was really nice person. And he was most like a big brother, helping, going together, and they were willing to help every time. Mainly do karate, talk, do things together, and all the people there, the friends. It was really long time ago. I forget some names, but I remember much others. It was like really a family for me.
Mm.
I spent a lot of time there, from Monday to Friday all together, because karate was on Tuesday and Thursday, but I was there Monday doing some cycling, exercise, whatever there. And also the yoga activity and the meditation, and it was, I can, if I have to choose my childhood again, I would for sure do the same. I won't change anything from that moment.
That's amazing. It's so, you're, I guess, very lucky to have a place like that during that age when you're really growing up and becoming an adult.
You really appreciate that when you lost it, when you didn't realize how amazing was that place until it disappeared. It's really a pity.
You said that it really helped early when you were doing karate, that you gained coordination, discipline, and dedication. When did you realize that karate was making such a big difference in the way that I'm able to do things? Or
with you see that when you're friends, because in the summers I went to my hometown. I'm from Madrid, but my parents are from other part of Spain at the east. And in the hometown, we have a really nice group of friends, and you can see yourself, you compare with others, the coordination, how you move, the ability. You are strong because you exercise every day. And when you are in the countryside or going whatever, you feel really good, and your reflex, if something drops down, you can react really. There are things you realize when in the moment you don't put much attention because it becomes in a natural way, but you get it. And with the years, I'm not the same as I was when I was 18, 19 or 21, but the body is not the same. But in that moment, I can feel, I can raise my leg really up and do it exercise. I can spend hours throwing kicks every time, and it was nice. You realize you have a coordination because suddenly you compare to others, and you see how you move, how the people who are training with you move, and how the normal people in your class, in the high school, or in every other situation, it's not the same. I think is the clue for that. Probably not sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you joined Kendo, you probably noticed that you were getting it a lot quicker than some other beginners.
Yeah, I have to say two things. One side, it was a bit frustrating because I came from an activity where in some way, I feel really powerful and skilled, and I dominated in some point, and I really feel comfortable. And it was out absolutely of the comfort area for me. Like it was like, what I'm doing here. Seriously, it's like, but in the other hand, I start to training to follow the guide, and it was nice because the people there also, in the people who are inside the martial arts, most of them, not everyone, but most of them are really nice people. I'm pretty sure of that because, well, yeah, I think the martial arts change your character or try to make you a better person if you want to pursue that, of course. I'm pretty sure of that because in my experience, I know more nice people than bad people. Also, there are bad people in everywhere, and what I discovered doing Kendo is, as in karate, I feel coordination, the stamina, the activity, the power in my body. In Kendo, I learned that the pressure, how the pressure can act with the other, the handle, and it's really fun. When at the beginning is awful because start doing shiburi, my left hand was worked. I can only raise my hand and but with the years you develop and start enjoying kendo match, and your match with your friends are fun. You start to really get fun from that. Seriously, for me, kendo is the word who come to my mind is pressure. How to handle the pressure, how to press, invite him to come, or try to find the gap in his gut, go in there and pat. It was really fun. I love it, kendo, but in some point I stopped it and focus only on Yai. But it was nice. I was doing kendo only 5.5 years, or I get only Sodan Yakendo. It was not much time invest on that, but I learned a lot. And the people in the dojo was really nice people also. The other thing you understand is the distance. Something what was really impressive for me when I was doing with high rank teachers or senpais, it was how they handle the distance, how they can cheat on you thinking you are closer, or they with small movements, it's like they are reading your movements before you are doing that. It was really awesome. That, and also the pressure, how you handle it, and it's all mixed, I guess, in some point. I lost myself in the question, or
No, that's exactly what I was looking for. Was kendo your first experience into sparring, or did your karate have sparring too?
no. We did a small champion group with other dojos. It was really nice because we had a really strong group. We went to many championships. We classified from the Madrid championship to go for the Spain team championship. So we had many nice experience. I liked much the competition. It's my character. So I go deep into that and train a lot. Get some some marks for your life there, but I really don't care in that moment because I was 21 sometimes when I was in the job with the with the I with sorry, sometimes I stuck in my words with
Black eye?
black eye there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't care too much in that moment. It was really really nice. And I guess for me, championship helps a lot to develop your activity because it's like putting it in really high level. Because if you wanna do it seriously and you wanna develop in a serious way, you have to involve a lot and try to pursue your objective and fall down and rise again and fall down and rise again and try to go up. Something that if you are not doing a championship, probably you won't do it because you get into a comfort area you don't want to trespass. And the championship help you to face that, to change things, to think on yourself, what I'm doing wrong, why this guy always beat me. These kind of things help you to think about it and to develop yourself in a better way, I guess.
It was a long road to get from no Iaido in Madrid to competing as part of a national team. Could you talk about what was the path that your group and the country took to get to that point?
Yeah. It was, well, it take time because at the beginning when Vittorio and me moved to there was only a small group of Iaido there, which started to grow up because it was mainly the main dojo in Madrid. So we all people who have that interest, we went there to grow together in some way. So at the beginning, Well, the first years we were, let's see how can handle this. The maximum degree was Sandan in that time, I guess. So we were in some way growing together. The group invite and sensei who was Godan come to help us to do seminars and start growing. He helped to also with other dojos in Spain try to start doing first the Spanish championship. So it was the biggest step they did in that moment, because in that moment I was only a practitioner. I don't worry much than go for my classes, do my things, and the people who watch in church, they did very well, develop and try to start growing. They did the Spanish championship, and from there it's when the adventure really started, because not sure, I think there was one or two Spanish championship before we had the opportunity to create the national team of Iaido. But from this moment to that moment, it was mainly trying to train seriously 3 or 4 times a week. It became naturally to develop in a good way. And I guess the main point is when we start doing the Spanish championship. It was the break point. I don't know how to call it, but the moment when the things change. Because there are people who were interested on championship and people who don't. So we did Iaido together, but in some way it helped to all the group, because we want to try different things. And for me, the really moment when it was the change were when we attend the first European Championship. It blew my mind, because I saw people really awesome. Doesn't matter the rank, the people doing Iaido in a smooth, sharp, strong way. I fell in love. I fell in love with many people. I still admire people there. All of them. And the changing point for the Iaido in Spain, I guess, it was attending the European Championship, because it opened our mind to the different people doing Iaido in a big level. Everyone rise in different places. Everyone has their own history, totally different from the others, and doing something in common and developing it the maximum way. It was, for me, it was the point, seriously.
When you guys first started that other dojo, you left the Kendo dojo and were doing EI. So you were saying that there were multiple dojos in Spain that were developing at the same time, and then eventually you said, hey, let's do a Spanish championship and get all these other dojos to participate?
Yeah. In Madrid, there was the big dojo of the area in Spain, but also in Andalusia in the south, there was a big group also, Valencia and other parts, but it was really growing with the time. In Spain, we had 2 teachers. We have always the help of Nadan, Emilio Gomez, who came from Belgium to help the Spanish group. He helped to develop this idea together with other sensei, and Antonio Gutierrez, who and now is Nanadan in Spain, the only one we have. Now he's the butcher of Iaido, and he developed with other people to try to create that in that moment. So I was a bit out in that moment. Now I'm in because the thing changed, but I was like a spectator of that. I was living what was it happening, but in some point I wasn't doing too much to help, only doing Iaido. That's it.
What convinced you to start participating in more of the, I guess, taking on more responsibilities?
I think in some point when I was in this group, because from the big group born the different dojos we have in Madrid now, all of them born from the same place. And people want to start or doing their own, or in some point people grow and want to do it apart, which is good for a side, and that's life. So in some moment, I start doing the Saturday classes, try to guide the people. I cannot say teaching because when I start doing that, I was Nidan for Sandan. So giving all I have and trying to guide and try to develop myself. And that was the point, because you learn a lot trying to help others. Trying to teach is the way you learn more, for sure. I have friends, they don't like to teach because they want to go there. But seriously, it's the way you learn more. Because from that moment on, when you attend the seminars, you attend with the idea not to learn for yourself. You are thinking on how you are going to spread that you are learning. It's change your mind. So that's the point when I start involving more and more in the deciding group of the Iaido.
Mm. Wow, I've heard a lot of different versions of people saying how you can learn by teaching. But that was the first time I actually remember anyone saying that when you go to a seminar and you're listening and you're learning, that you have to learn not only for your own EI, because that's a very narrow view, but then you have to understand it at a broader level so that you can share it with other people of different types, different styles, different levels. That's actually a really insightful comment there. Thank you. I need to remember that when I go next time, that I can't just think about my own EI, like I have to learn for my dojo as well.
Thank you very much. No, but it's what really I think, because of course you learn for yourself, but you are thinking not only, and try to focus and don't miss any single detail, don't have any doubt when you are in the dojo. Try to remember of if you have the opportunity, or the sensei give you the opportunity to record the seminar, and start searching in that record, and don't forget going back to the basics and grow. And when you think you're lost yourself, go back there and start growing again. I think everyone do the same. Japanese sensei, when came to Europe, focus maximum on basics, and that's it.
So talking about Japanese senseis, most of the world, at least in the Kendo Federation, practice either Muso Jikinin Nation Ryu or Muso Shinden Ryu. How did you get involved with the Shinkage Ryu family, and what is that like in Europe? I'm not familiar with the art or the community very much. And then for people that aren't familiar with it, maybe you can talk about the style itself. How is it different than Muso Jikinin Nation Ryu and Muso Shinden Ryu?
Okay. We can start from the moment we were introduced in a, let's say, official way from David Smith. It was in 2008 with Matsuoka Sensei there. And I fell in love with Matsuoka Sensei and his movements. How soft and sharpness at the same time. It was marvelous. That was really amazing for me. I get the videos from that seminar. I couldn't stop to watch that videos and again and again and again. I thought I was 1 year watching every time that videos, trying to persuade that. Okay, I come back to the, well, we can say that. Let's start. We know in some point a French teacher who belonged to the Shinkage Ryu family, and he introduced us in the family and start doing Iaido under the guidance of Matsuoka Yoshitaka sensei. My first seminar with him was in 2008, and I have awesome memories of that. In some point, this sensei broke with Matsuoka sensei, and we don't know what we to do. So thanks to the help and David Smith, which helped us a lot, and Elaine Van Omeklok, who both of them are now the European Shinkage Ryu leaders.
What country are they from?
They are from Netherlands, and they help us a lot, and they introduce us in a meeting with Matsuoka Sensei and Kinomoto Sensei, and from that moment on, we become direct pupils from Matsuoka Sensei, and I am fully grateful for that, because he helped develop a nice relationship from that moment. And they are really, really nice people, and they care for all the group, And David is really nice person, and we went on holidays together. He was really amazing people, and his wife also. And also Elaine is like a big mother for all the group, taking care of everyone in the seminars, trying to mix people, people from Netherlands, from Spain, from different groups or countries. You are like so nervous, please make each other doing things, try to join all the group. They did a lot of efforts to do a really nice European group. So I only can be grateful for that. About SanGakuKai, about Matsuoka Sensei and Kinomoto Sensei, what can I say? When I meet Matsuoka Sensei, I fell in love of his eye in some way. He is really smooth and really sharp at the same time. It's really deep in the movements. When you see him, it's like Iaido seems to be easy, but it's not. That's the point. It's how easy makes the things, and I try to follow that. From the first seminar, I get that videos and I watch it again and again and again, thousands of times, trying to copy the movements, trying to cut softly. But when I record myself and I see the cuts, it's like, I'm not cutting what I'm doing, but it's so difficult. So I try to develop that. And Kinomoto Sensei is a wonderful woman, because she get Hachidan is only a few women who get the Hachidan. I don't know the number 5, 6, not sure of that. She's awesome, and we have the fortune of have her in Europe several times, because thanks to Daniele Borra Sensei and also Yuki Kanto Sensei and other big sensei women in Europe, they invite Kinomoto Sensei to do a women's seminar here in Europe. And I, as my wife also, do Iaido with me. I participate in the second day, because the first day is always only for women. And the second day is also for people who will teach or women or can help women in some way to learn how to do that. And she's amazing. All Europe fall in love with her, with his human being is awesome. Like, what can I say? She's an awesome performer of Iaido. It's really strong, really stable. I love Iai also. About the style itself, quite different. It has nothing to do with other styles, because we have the fortune to do Tengen in one hand and Shinkaryu in the other. And I'm really thankful, because I saw are quite similar to Tengen, and the few details who make it different, I think in my mind, probably not. You can mix easily. For us, it's easy because we don't have that problem. It's so different. And most of the techniques, because I don't know much about the history itself of Shinkai-ryu, but it comes from Seigo Ryu, which is a different style, come into the Shinkai-ryu Heiho, and they have the Kenjutsu and also the Yai, who came from this other style. And techniques, basically, for example, Junuki is the basic one. The main thing is try to stop the enemy before trying to kill him. That is the most important and the most big difference. First of all is your attitude. You try with your spirit to push him away. Please don't come. Stand up with the posture, and after with Yukamae, block him, don't come. But if he persists, the attacker always persists, then you are forced to cut him down in a serious and strong way, but that's it. Most of the techniques has also other kata-like secret technique of mugaeru, which means to invite the other to attack you in some way. So you push, use your pressure, relax to make a gap in your posture, and then the enemy attacks you and you perform a counter attack to him and stop him. And this is that we have another idea, which is the style, which is Maroasi. It's like join two techniques together. Sorry if I'm doing some mistakes in that. Please don't kill me, all these Gario people in the world. So you start doing a technique, and in the middle, doing something continuously. There was a saying, it was the Yagyu saw never stop. It's like you're cutting continuously or can do it a continuous way attacking. It's really, really interesting. Really interesting. The feeling we have, we are scratching the surface of the Yai in some way in Europe. If you want to really learn deep, you have to live there to really understand Japanese culture. It's quite different. I think because of our lives, we never reach that, but in some way, we are trying to pursue that, which is for us enough in some way.
That's great. How do you transfer this thinking to your dojo? How do you approach transferring this understanding, this knowledge, this kind of concept of how you pursue the Iaido journey to your dojo? How do you think about talking more about not just the technique, but the culture and the history?
Well, I will talk about our dojo. But by the way, we get our name from Matsuoka Sensei and Kinomoto Sensei. It was also a special moment in our lives when they give our name. SanGakuKai is quite related to Shinkai Ryu itself because it came from the way of learning. I guess you know about this. And the 3 ways of learning and everything. So the name is quite related to that.
No, actually, could you explain what is San and no?
Sangaku, Kai itself is the community of, you can be a kan, dojo, a building, or Kai, because we are spread in Spain in some way. So it's the way of be joined. SanGaku, it comes from 3 learnings. Please, if I make the mistake of this, there are 3 stages of the learning. I don't know to explain it deeply. I know it's called Sanmano Kurai. There are quite a few posts you can find, but I cannot explain this in a deeply way because I know there are 3 stages. The first one is like have a sensei, learn the techniques, learn what he teach every moment. The second stage is renshu, training that always you learn that, and in some point break, start your own way and go again to it's a circle, never stop. So it's not one stage, you reach one, go to the next, and you reach one and do the next, and that's it. No, you are constantly going through the 3 stages of the circle.
How did they give you this name? Was there a ceremony? Did someone ask them?
It was in a summer seminar, in Himawari seminar in the Netherlands. We were during the seminar party, relaxed together in a house of one of the Netherlands members. We were really comfortable moment, and we were thinking of that several times ago. We want a name for the Shinkai group in Spain, and we asked directly to Matsuoka Sensei and Kinomoto Sensei if they can do that for us, and they really agreed. They are really nice people. All the people who know them in a deeply way, more than we know them, talk really marvelous about them, both of them. They are really nice people. So that's it. They proposed 2 names. I don't remember the second name. I have the page where Kinomoto Sensei was writing the names, and we like both, but in some point we choose SanGakuKai because the main group or the main people who built the dojo, we were 3 people, Edu, Virginia, and me. And in some points, it's why, okay, sounds good. And SanGaku, the 3 ways of learning, sounds really nice. And we are really thankful for that also. We can only say thanks for everything, every time. How we run the dojo. Well, what we learn from the years is people are quite different each other. Not everyone wants to pursue the same feelings. They want to do dojo for different reasons, and we try to encourage them all to challenge themselves, not to be in a comfort area, face things to grow. But also for us, the most important thing is to be a family, to take care of each other, to see what happened with some members, try to Virginia is like a mother for our dojo. She's the soul of the dojo in some way. She takes care of everyone. She's always thinking on, we have to call that, do we have to do that? And I try to do everything. I'm always lazier than she is, so she's always pushing me doing things, and it's really nice. We three try to have the same idea in the mind, try to be a family, and all the dojo members are really nice people. We are really lucky. Most of them comes from other martial arts. Iaido is like the second art for them. We have Karate Nanaran there. He helped us a lot in everything we did. We have also Godan Aikido. We had in the past, because people come and go, also Nanaran of Taekwondo and other martial arts in really big degrees. As we are only Iaido group, most of the people are really, it's adult, it's not young people. You have to teach behaviors or whatever. You have to teach how to behave in some parts, how to be respectful, the reijo every time, whatever. That's something you have to learn, because other martial arts are more relaxed and not so pure in some way. I'm really thankful for all the people in the dojo are really nice. We try to do things together. When we were in the lockdown from May to June, we didn't do much training together online, but we do meetings to ask each other, how are you doing? How is your family? Are you healthy? Please take care. How are you things? Are you working? Talking each other and talking about how are we doing in our lives, and laughing together, have a drink. And I think the relationships are more important than Iaido itself in some point. Because Iaido is important, techniques are important, do it seriously, learn all the concepts. Yes, but the group is your family. You can misbehave them or treat them in a bad way, or try to teach in a really, we are Western people, we are not Japanese people, so we are so different. We try to do it in some way, in that way, and I think we are achieving, because people are really happy and flows. Sometimes comes more people, sometimes less people, but all the group is still together. We are more or less 25 people here, 23, depends on the time. So I can say it's really nice. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, that was great. If there's any theme to this conversation today, is that you really see the martial arts as being a family. So I'm afraid we're at an hour, but I do have a last question related to that. Is seeing that it is a family, there's the metaphorical sense, and then reality for you too, because you said your wife also does EI. There's family involvement in there. Could you talk a little bit about what is that like to have husband and wife both doing Iaido? What is that day-to-day life like, and what is it like at the dojo?
At least, well, what can I say is dojo is like, for us, is the Iaido and dojo is the engine of our lives, because it's really involved. I cannot separate. It's the one thing. So yeah, you relax yourself when you came at home, but you are always thinking on doing things, on trying to not stop and sit down, start continuously doing things in the dojo, and preparing some classes, and the way we are trying to focus this new situation, for example, or how we are going to start the season. Well, let's do So at home, we are continuously doing things about the dojo. And we also meet people of the dojo outside, for not related to Iaido, only like we are friends. Really, we are like family. I see some people more than my own brother who lives in the east of Spain. So I saw them during the weeks, and we celebrate birthdays, we celebrate some special moments together. We try to do party with the time we have. So for us, it's really that. It's part of the family every time. Not everyone is involved in the same way because it's, as I said before, everyone has their own expectations or their own life. There are people who came only for training. They are willing to do things, but they don't have time because they have many activities also to do, and they don't share more time with us. But we understand. It's easier to understand. And with others, the oldest one, probably we have a deeper relationship in a personal way. We were talking a few minutes ago about to celebrate Edu's birthday in some point this weekend or do something. So that's the way. We're a family. That's it.
Well, David, this has been a great conversation. I was hoping to speak with someone that shared the same excitement and commitment and dedication to the practice, and you definitely showed that. So I'm sure we only scratched the surface. There's a lot more that we could potentially talk about, but let's save that for another time.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much for this. Yes.
Thank you very much, Patrick. I hope it helped you. My English is quite bad sometimes and I stuck, but okay, the thing is we can share, as you said before, we can share our experience. It's so nice, the things you are doing. Thank you for doing that, because you bring us to everybody, this deep of everyone. We don't have the opportunity to meet each other deeply during the Europeans. With some people, we have really strong relationship and a strong friendship, which is really nice. But with this thing you are doing, it's a way to know deeply senseis or people. We actually know them from a far distance. You are bringing us close to these people. It's really nice. Your work is really awesome. Thank you very much.
I really appreciate that. That's exactly what I was hoping to do, and to hear it reflected back, I'm really grateful for that comment. So thank you so much. Yeah, so have a great day. It's already noon. Hope I'm not keeping you from lunch. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity and the opportunity to meet each other, which is really great. And nice to meet you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode, because we have a lot more exciting conversations to share as we explore the world of the traditional Japanese martial arts. The Inside Look podcast is available on most common podcasting platforms and on YouTube. Remember to subscribe to not miss out on new interviews as they are posted. We're always looking for feedback to improve, so please write us a review or drop us a line at podcast@tokushikai.ca or on Facebook and Instagram at tokushikai.canada. Until next time, thanks for listening.